Welcome to this episode of the 94twenty podcast, where we talk about the music that we love and the industry that we tolerate.
Cut your fever with a knife, holding my breath in the blackness, staring at a red light. You'll be in the backseat, mama, cause your head's strong, pointing your finger like a gun, playing hard to get even though you really want some. Taking my legs, you were such a beauty queen. Heartbeat, feeling your surrender, bleeding into mine, stealing my sleep, you were such a beauty queen. I'll be in the backseat, mama, with my head down, trying to cut your fever with a knife, holding my breath in the blackness, staring at a red light. You'll be in the backseat, mama, cause your head's strong, pointing your finger like a gun, playing hard to get even though you really want some.
Everyone, and welcome to this episode of the 94twenty podcast. That was Wayward Motel with Beauty Queen. Hi, Carl and Greg. How are you both doing?
Hey, Nicole. Hey, Carl.
Hey, Greg. Hey, Nicole.
This is my least favorite part of the podcast.
The introduction.
When we have to say hello. I hate that.
You know what? A couple of things. I love that song. Two things I love about the song. And then it led me to, like, again, we never prepare anything for this podcast.
Right. Including not listening in advance to the... Well, you guys do, I think.
That song gave me a topic or something I thought. One was, I don't know, I've always loved, Bowie did it a lot. I love guys who sing octaves, who sing like an octave higher, you know, in the background. It gives that cool sound. Like on this guy's the verse, right? I love that.
You know what's interesting for me about this track? This is country.
No, I don't
No, it's not
It's
country.
It's country. Believe me, it is country. I mentioned last week that I kind of had some challenge with my music in the car. as I'm driving around, and so I was listening, stuck on this.
Why? Because the
station.
the toilet kept skipping when you hit a bump.
Right. So I discovered this artist that's being played on this kind of heavy rock station, and it is just stone cold country.
This
with
ain't
like,
stone.
Oh, you're talking about Jelly Roll?
No, I'm talking about Hardy.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Have you heard Wall to Wall Hardy?
Yeah.
I mean,
Not
it
a
is
fan.
like it's just like screaming and screaming guitars, screaming vocal, but the sensibility of the song and the artist up front, it's stone cold country.
Well,
I think
and
this is the same thing.
No, I think you're going to piss them off because they identify as rock and roll.
I disagree with Greg totally.
Well, all I'm saying is that they could actually take over country radio, which would be a good thing considering there's like 6,000 country radio stations out there.
That's a difference. A song that they can play on country radio, or are they country? That's two
Yeah, I
different
think
things.
the song could be played on country radio.
But I think they're alternative rock. And
Yeah.
I think it's cool. I love it. Anyway,
I just heard it as country, so hope I don't piss them off.
so that was that. So everybody ignore what Greg just said. No, but really, what the thing it really made, except for the octave voice, I love the track. I love the low vocal. I liked that they had a lead. And then it made me think about Eddie Van Halen. The other way they say Steve Jobs, like, what do you do to the world? I think Steve Jobs ruined the world with the iPhone. He ruined it.
Yeah.
They think he's a great. I think he ruined
Might
it.
have ruined the music industry, that's for sure.
Well. Anyway, so now Eddie Van Halen, though he's a great guitarist, I think he ruined the guitar because, and I'll tell you why. Because everyone plays that lightning speed crap. There's no feel or soul anymore. Like it's all
tapping.
Yeah, it's all like like who cares? I like guys who play slow notes like. And just play a nice melodic lead that, like the lead to something. There's certain leads that were great. They were just slow and they just were melodic, and you wrote them. They wrote these leads.
We used to call those guys high rollers, because what you do is you strike one string, and then you roll your fingers, bum 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 bum, down, either down or up the string, and so you get 4 bangs for the buck, right? So
again, I don't know what that means.
Well, you're rolling. You're doing it with your right hand or your left hand.
I just want to hear, notes that are pretty and melodic and have some soul to them.
I like it. Yeah, I like this track.
I just really like Eddie Van Halen. I've always thought he was great, and he is a great technician.
Yep.
But those leads have no soul, it seems. Am I wrong?
I don't disagree. I mean, I think that
they're so expertly, so clean and so fast and so in pocket. But there's something lacking for me. It's just too.
But there's no feeling to it.
Part of that is the genre too. I mean, if you listen to every
Robotic?
lead on every Metallica record, they all sound exactly the same. At least I think they do. That's the reason you like The Edge. It's the reason you like U2, because there's not a lot of.
He does something different. He doesn't even play lead. He just uses the guitar, as kind of like the musicality of the band, basically, what The Edge does with that echo. And then same thing with the Police. Andy Summers, he wasn't a lead guitar player per se.
He was kind of a side guy, yeah.
No, but he created the sound, all those phrasings and chord changes and the way he did it. That was all him, man. Anyway. That was my 2 cents. Let's go. We're done. Good night.
Good night, everybody. Listen for the band at your favorite country radio station.
So now, even though we've done this for 3 years, and we rarely let Nicole have anything to say.
I wouldn't say that. I would say I am mainly here for the fact that I can put in a couple 2 cents, but keep you both on track
to break up the arguments.
But
right?
Today we're allowing Nicole to lead the conversation. What do you want to talk about?
There has not probably been a day in the last 3 years that I have been so excited for new music to be released.
Oh my goodness!
I want to gag myself. Go ahead.
So
All right, let's hear it.
Last Friday was like the holy grail for me in terms of NSYNC's new single, Better Place for the Trolls movie, and Ed Sheeran's new album, Autumn Variations, both coming out on the same day.
Well, let's don't conflate this. Let's go with Ed Sheeran.
Well, okay. So with Ed Sheeran,
yep.
I was interested to hear what it was because it's the first album he's released on his new record label. And the reason that he released it is because he did not care about radio airplay or how the singles were going to be released. He just wanted this music out for his fans. And what he did beforehand, which I loved, is he secretly went to 14 different fans' houses, and on top of recording the album, he recorded the fan sessions that he did with them and released them at the same time too, through Spotify and through YouTube. So this really was more of a fan-driven album. Mm-hmm. I loved almost every single song on that. It's like 14 different songs. It's 45 minutes.
Is it stripped down production-wise, or it's like a fully produced thing? No,
it's fully produced. It's not stripped down. There are a couple songs where, I mean, it is stripped down and he is doing more just guitar and stuff like that. But I will say, this is my prediction, Magical, which is the first song on the album, at least how Spotify puts it, is going to be the wedding song probably for the next year and a half that people are going to choose.
Yep.
England was not my favorite, but it's one of those that it's catchy. Amazing to me is like the standout song on the album. There's just such good feelings about it. And it's not about feeling amazing, but it's about how you could feel amazing even when you're not. American Town.
You're going song by song?
I am, because I did my homework. But it's like it's the top 5 for me. American Town is the follow-up song to Galway Gal, which is about his wife. I mean, it's just a really nice tribute to how their relationship got started since they met in New York City, and kind of their relationship got started there. But Plastic Bag surprised me. I didn't like it at first, and it's grown on me. And it's about his kind of love-hate relationship with drugs and addiction. And I don't know why I liked it. But I listened to that over and over and over again the last probably, 6 days it's been.
So the love-hate with drug addiction. So is he in recovery?
So he's not necessarily an addict, but he's dabbled in drugs, and a lot of the things that have happened in the last year and a half.
He's dabbled in addiction.
Yeah, he's dabbled in addiction. But he does not do drugs anymore. Like, that's something he's actively come out and said, like, he does not do that anymore. But a couple of the songs on the album were like a reflection of his time there and how being sober has also affected him.
I'll tell you something, I will check out this record, and my next podcast, I'll let you know what I think. I'll actually listen to these songs you're saying.
Yeah. Okay.
And secondly,
good.
All my kidding aside, I will be totally honest with you. The reason probably why I make so much fun of him, I mock him so much, is because I am so jealous. Because he has the career I would have loved to have had, singer-songwriter who's like huge, so pretty much it's all just...
It's all because
it's all
you're
jealousy.
Resentment.
He's probably great, but...
And what I will say is, I love his music, but the reason that he is more of an influence for me, probably because like the Beatles and stuff like that are influenced for you, he brought me, my mom, and my sisters together musically, and for a very long time. Like, we've always been close, but like this is the first artist that like we've all really liked, and we've all really been like, yes, we'll go to his concerts, we'll listen to his album. We had a group chat last week when the album came out on who's listened to it, so we didn't ruin it for anyone. So it's more of also a bonding moment for me and my family.
That's the thing that's going on with the Swifties, right? I mean, I
guess, but that's more of like a mother-daughter. Yeah, I guess so.
That is?
Yeah, I think it is.
So what else?
Okay, tell us about NSYNC.
We've gone over Ed and the fact that I do think his Autumn Variations is probably one of the best albums he's put out in his career.
Ever.
Not ever, but I think
it's up there with Meet the Beatles.
The next thing we're talking about is NSYNC's first single in 20 years, Better Place. I love it. It's them. It's not something that they tried to like create a new sound for or tried to reinvent themselves. It is, if you took us back to like the 1998 through 2002 period, it's their sound. They really haven't changed, and I have listened to it every single morning as the first song on the drive to school with Kenzie.
Are you going for like being like a record reviewer now?
No, but like this is just how I felt in the last week. So
Nicole, who's the producer?
I'll look that up. Hold on.
I doubt it's Rick Rubin.
No, I'm wondering if Timberlake did it.
Let's see.
I heard that Joey Fantone guy said, like, listen, like...
Joey Fatone.
He said, like, when Justin did his solo album years ago, he goes, he didn't know he was leaving for 23 years. He thought it'd be like, he's going to be back in like 6 months, He didn't know the band broke up.
Yeah, that's funny.
Justin Timberlake and Shellback produced it. It's a good song.
Did they write it?
Justin Timberlake wrote it.
So, Carl, here's what we'll do. You take the hit. You take the hit on
Ed Sheeran.
Ed Sheeran. I'll take the hit on the Timberlake produced.
No, but I got to listen to the whole 5 songs.
Yeah, you got one song.
That's why I suggested.
You have 3 minutes and 33 seconds.
It occurs to me there's one thing that's in play here with these people bringing this stuff back, is that there's no pressure. I mean, it used to be that if you made a comeback record, there was some pressure as to whether or not you actually were going to harm the legacy that you had before.
I mean, I think, too, because of social media, the pressure's off because the amount of pre-promotion that they've done and things like that, it could have been absolutely horrible, but people still would have loved it because it's NSYNC. So, and like,
they have one thing to do. I know I cut you off. I'm sorry.
You're fine.
They have one thing to do, these bands. Anybody can do a comeback, just don't be too fat. That's it.
Exactly.
As long as you can wear the suit and don't look too fat and you're not completely bald, do it.
And you can still dance and you can still at least hit the notes.
But when you get fat, and you're bald and you're trying to sing, I'm sorry, I saw this the other day of Loverboy. Everybody is working.
Oh, that dude, man.
That guy is like 400 pounds. Yeah. And he's up there with the headband, wearing the cutoff shirt, going, are you kidding me?
Yeah, I mean, hit the gym, bro. I don't like body shaming anybody.
Everybody's eating on the weekend.
Lord knows that I could not win any contest, but
but you're not a rock star.
But the reality of it is that if that's your job, if your job is to entertain people and you get to be a rock star,
be a rock star.
Back off the cheeseburgers.
Can't be a fat rock star. I'm sorry. If you're a rock star, look at Bon Jovi. The guy's 60. He still looks good. You're going to be a rock star. Springsteen, 70, still thin. You're going to be a rock star. Yep. Bowie was great to the end. Yep. Come on. Yep. Even McCartney, still thin. You can't be fat and be a rock star. I'm sorry.
It works it works the other way too. If you were known to be big and then all of a sudden you get skinny, it throws people off a bit too. I mean, I think that happened with Adele.
Yeah, but she's still big. She's still got a dedicated fan base. So
yeah.
All right, I think now is the perfect time to hear another song from Wayward Motel called Brand New Sunflower Heater. But before we listen to that, let's listen to one of our partners, 1824. In this episode, we talk about 1824 and 94twenty's partnership. 1824 is Universal Music Group's creative solutions team focused on the connection of artists and brands directly to fans through storytelling and experiences. Their offerings include content creation, ideation, PR, A&R, creator partnerships, experiences, and digital marketing. With a staff of passionate and highly skilled visionaries, they own a direct connection to youth culture. 1824's first-of-a-kind network of young creatives allows them to make an impact locally while thinking globally. They redefine artist development while building the careers of future industry executives. For more about 1824, you can go to their website, which is 1824official.com. It's that number is 1824official.com.
Tempers flare and heartbeats bringing you down. Bubblegum kisses dancing in a new dress. Tie me up, comb my hair, kaleidoscope. Handshakes, hello sunshine. On a park bench, you're a statue in a daydream. And I can't give it away, taking it day by day as we talk about the weather. day as we talk about the weather. I can't give it away, nothing to say, like we're something to remember. Cause I know you, you're a brand new sunflower shining in the morning dew. For you, I tremble.
That was fun. That got a old Huey Lewis vibe up on that one.
I'm hearing 70s, man. I'm hearing,
Yeah,
you know.
that's that was cool. Man, I love that bass, that phalange growly bass sound. That was fun.
Well, and what's even more fun is they found us through Facebook and submitted. So I was very excited when we listened to them, and Carl and I both agreed that we didn't need your input to feature them, Greg. So
Oh, well, thank you so much. I'll say this, if I pissed them off the first 5 minutes, that one ain't country.
no, that one's definitely not country.
We realized that the best we should do is from now on, we don't even play the songs for Greg. We always surprise him every
We
time.
do, and then we get his true reaction to it.
That's why I said, because ladies and gentlemen, we want true spontaneous reactions here on this show.
Music Nicole and Carl love, and the business we tolerate.
Right.
All right, so we did speak to Wayward Motel, and they answered our questions of the week.
Well, what did we ask them, Nicole?
So the first question that we asked them is to tell us a little bit about themselves.
Hello, I'm Josh Catalano from Wayward Motel. We are a 5-piece rock band from Central Illinois, featuring me as lead singer and guitar player, Patrick Bruce Miller on drums, Matt Natalia on bass, Roy Davis on organ and piano, and Ted Brennan on guitar. Wayward is a band that I think is hard to define. When you think of rock bands in today's modern music scene, it tends to be harder, more hard rock. Well, I think we have an edge at times, but we are more of a throwback to what rock used to be. Fun arrangements, 4-part harmonies, and a romanticism that has kind of left the modern day rock vernacular. Because I love the way pop music affects listeners as a songwriter, I love to focus on big, catchy hooks, and I think that sets us apart from other rock bands, and that we have this pop sensibility with a rock and roll edge.
I don't know. I feel sorry for anyone trying to make it these days. It's like, it's up against such a daunting, I don't know. It's just too much.
I don't think there is a make it. You know,
Oh, baloney. I'm sorry. These guys want to make it. They want to make it in the sense that, okay, not everyone has to be the Beatles or Taylor Swift, but they want to have a career. They want to
have a career.
They want to be able to buy a house. They want to be able to
side job.
Right. And tour and have an audience that likes what they do. Like, I think it's so hard to do that now.
You find 1,000 people to give you $50 a year, and that's a good start.
Even doing that's hard.
I know, it's very difficult.
You know? Anyway.
But that's kind of the reason we do this little podcast. I think that if one band that gets featured here actually achieves that, 1,000 people, $50 a year type thing, and we had the ability to put that act in front of people, that would be great. If one band
over the 100 acts that have been on this podcast in the last 3 years have done that, please let us know.
that would be cool.
So what else did we ask them, Nicole?
So we asked them to tell us what music artists have influenced their career so far.
While a lot of artists have inspired me, it's hard to look beyond Ray Charles. As a huge fan of R&B and soul music, I've been fascinated by his music since I was a young boy. He was an American icon of music innovation and has pushed music in a new direction for so many artists.
That's an interesting one.
I never heard someone just, Ray Charles.
My family were huge dyed-in-the-wool Ray Charles fans. My grandparents had all the records. My father had all the records. And we listened to Ray Charles constantly. And there was this little venue called the Derby Dinner Playhouse. It was across the river from Louisville, Kentucky, hence the name. But we were so excited, we got tickets to see Ray Charles in concert at the Derby Dinner Playhouse. And we went, and at the time, I recall the tickets were pretty expensive. Ray rolls in with the AF of M orchestra supporting him in the background, and they're all reading charts. He spent the entire 90-minute set bitching at the players and how they were performing his scores. It was really disappointing. It was terrible. He was just, he was just such a musical genius, and so one of those people that never hit a wrong note in like 50 years of entertaining, But it was just really disheartening to see him bitch at all the players.
He had a bad night. What are you going to do?
Yeah, exactly.
So what is our final, and don't we ask one more question, Nicole?
We do, Carl. You don't have to be so peppy about it.
What might that be?
So we asked them, what is one service not offered in the music industry right now that indie music artists need?
The great thing about the music landscape these days, and maybe the bad thing also, is that we don't need record labels to make albums, right? However, getting noticed is the hardest part. What we really need is affordable PR firms to help us connect, not just with listeners, but with media. Independent bands need media coverage to build a reputation, to create a buzz about what we're doing in the independent scene. Unfortunately, if something doesn't change, music as a living may vanish for many talented musicians.
I just noticed something. He's right. You know what we need? Somebody like Elon Musk or somebody with money needs to go to a network like Channel 7 and recreate the new Ed Sullivan Show and make it where he hires the best acts to be on the show and make it this weekly thing. You don't stream it. You don't do anything. Make it this event. Every Sunday you got to go to the show. Only place you can see it is there.
Yeah, the thing is, you can't garner the audience. Nobody can.
If you paid enough money and got enough good artists to be on it, make it the show to go to. And always have the best people there. And I think it could be done and create that.
It was kind of the idea behind the award shows,
Yeah, but those award shows stink.
But they're
stupid, right? Yeah. You got to have it done hip and done well.
And their audience has been declining.
If they were smart, they'd get Don Kirshner Jr. here.
Don
Exactly. You might be able to pull it off on YouTube.
Nah, no YouTube.
No. I think
no digital.
You get everybody in America to sit down at 7 p.m. Central Time on Sunday night.
That's what I want.
For a YouTube
program.
No,
not YouTube. You want to sit in front of the TV. And know what? No streaming TV. Antenna TV. It can only get it with an antenna television.
And black and white.
Black and white, right. I don't know, man. I think they could go back to it, bring it back a little bit to where it was more, things were special. Now nothing is special. Nothing is special.
There's a million tiny little experiences out there as opposed to the big three or the big four, which programmed on it programmed on what? A 12-hour day? And then they went off the air.
I blame Steve Jobs.
Yeah, for everything.
You always have to blame him.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's what I'm saying. So what are we doing? Are we done with this nonsense? Or we got more things to talk about?
We're done.
Well, I think we are done. I have no more Ed or NSYNC stuff to talk about, so I'm good.
NSYNC, baby.
I will.
Well, you did a fine job reporting, Nicole.
Thoroughly look forward to your reactions next week. So
you're gonna do NSYNC and I'm doing Ed Sheeran?
Yeah, and I'll probably end up listening to the little, what is
Muppet. The Muppet is what Carl calls him.
Yeah. I'll listen to him too.
I know, all he's got to do is get a better haircut, and he's got me. Get a better haircut.
Well, you know what I say. He needs to tune that guitar every now and again.
All right.
All right, everyone. Thanks so much for listening to this episode of the 94twenty podcast. Make sure that you listen all the way through because we have one more song by Wayward Motel called Let Me Down. For everything that we spoke about in this episode, you can go to our website, which is 94twenty.com. That is the numbers 94 and the letters TWENTY. Until next time, we'll talk to y'all later.
Call me when you're lonesome. Call me when you're blue. Call me out on a Sunday night. There ain't nothing better to do. Pick me up to let me down. You know I hate when you're not around. Honey, you know I will. Kick me out in the pouring rain. Throw me out in the is set on you, and your pine is mine to find. Trapped inside those diesel lights, just knowing that you're old. Pick me up to let me down. You know I hate when you're not around. 'Cause honey, you know I will. Kick me out in the pouring rain, throw me out in the fast lane. 'Cause honey, you know I will. Love is always low, and all I want is you. Love is always lost in the smell of cheap perfume. Pick me up to let me down. You know I hate when you're not around. 'Cause honey, you know I will. Kick me out in the pouring rain, throw me out in the fast lane. 'Cause honey, you know I will. Pick me up, pick me up. 'Cause honey, you know I will. Pick me up to let me down. You know I hate when you're not around. 'Cause honey, you know